Hey guys.
Hello! So we have a homemade, I guess homemade would be right, cabinet speaker that we needed for cheap. And it was either we buy one that was
To be accurate, we didn't need it for cheap. We needed it to sound cheap.
Oh. Why did we want it to sound cheap?
Because it's for our cigar box guitar recordings.
Oh.
And cigar box guitars, by their very nature, are cheap
Yeah.
on purpose. And for them to really sound right, you need to put them through a really cheap tube amp, and you need to put that tube amp through a really cheap cabinet. When you combine the cheapness all the way through, you get that magical mojo moment that happens.
Okay. So we wanted to just show you what we made and how we made it, and let's see, in terms of our tools that we had available, we had Preston Jr., our drill press. I don't even know if we needed him here. We had our bandsaw, Saul.
Yeah, this is pretty much a bandsaw and glue.
Yeah.
Was all the tools that were required to do this job.
So, we got I think 2 planks of wood.
Just one. Yeah, it was one long plank of wood.
Oh.
That's how we wrapped around this box. The grain flows right over the edges.
And that was actually pretty difficult because...
And that piece of wood is also used for the front here. It's in multiple pieces.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, they'll be able to see.
Okay, so you see how there's this edge here and there's another edge? This piece is a separate piece. And so what we ended up doing was we measured where the speaker hole would need to be. Then we cut it, I guess, over, where these locations are. And then we used our bandsaw just to cut out that semicircle there.
Real easy. Yep. And that whole plank of wood must have been what?
$5-6.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well under $10 anyway.
Yeah. And then let me ask you, what kind of glue did we use?
Just, wood glue.
Wood glue.
We had the speaker grill cloth because we're restoring an organ case, and we needed to redo the cloth on it, which we haven't done yet. But we had more than enough, so we stole a little bit for this project.
Okay.
A little closer.
Oh.
Okay, the braces that we used were just from an experimental piece of wood that Addie picked up to see if we could use for cigar boxes, but it was too junky for us to use for that purpose. And some little triangle braces back in here too that were just scraps off of guitar necks.
Yep, so we have a lot of scraps from the cigar box guitar project.
There's bottom bases. I didn't see the need for a bottom piece because it sits on the floor. We wanted it open back, not sealed. So, the speaker's a Goldwyn. It's like a $13 speaker or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
What is it, a 10-inch or a 12-inch? I think it's a 12-inch. It's the absolute cheapest full-frequency loudspeaker we could possibly find. Mm-hmm. And these wires were scavenged out of an old organ. Yep. And this plug, we have lots and lots of these plugs sitting around because we use them for the cigar boxes.
What kind of plug
we buy
is
these
it?
in bulk. Just a 1/4-inch jack.
Oh, I see.
So, we for $13 plus $6 or $7, we built a speaker cabinet, and they charge. You can't get one for under $100 if you were to buy one in the store. Yeah. So this thing may not sound quite as tight as those, but it sounds the way we want it to sound, which in our case is more important.
Right. Now I have a couple of questions. I'm going to show the side here of the actual cabinet. So, what makes the wood grain this color?
Oh, that's linseed oil.
Okay.
This is just a crappy pine that we picked up. And when you use linseed oil on pine, it gets this sort of golden color, which isn't necessarily very attractive, but it seals it up real nice. And we use feed wax, which is just a natural wax with some orange.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That
in it. So it's slightly acidic and nice little beeswax.
Okay, Can you see
coating on
this
it.
corner here? So we wanted to make it, at least attempt to make it look nice. And so what we did was we made these corners instead of just doing like, you know, plank, and then plank in between. But the problem with doing these 45-degree angles is that
We don't have a table saw.
yeah, we don't have a table saw.
So we had to use the
bandsaw.
We had to set the bandsaw table at a 45-degree angle, which was not fun.
No, and you know, there's always that little bit of sawdust that you have to account for. So when we put it back together, it wasn't completely perfect. But you don't exactly notice it because what we did was we mixed the wood glue with the sawdust, and then we kind of packed it in here just to close up the
our
edges.
own little filler for the corner there.
Yep, and then we sanded it.
Came out fairly nice.
And it
I
worked
mean,
out
for
well.
a $20 speaker cabinet, it's yeah, it does the job.
Yep, and it didn't take us too long to do either. So about.
No, this is like an afternoon project here.
Yep.
So it's all good, and you guys have already heard it on various things, and we'll use it again for some guitar demos at some point.
Cool.
We like to spread out the music so that it's not just a music channel.
Yep.
All right, that's it for now.
Okay, ciao.
We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at tymkrs.